Oh! Welcome to the channel. It's Q and TG. We appreciate y'all stopping by today. Today we're going to try a new series. We're going to try something new. We're going to call it What's Happening.
What's popping?
What's Happening with Q and TG.
It's cracking.
And so the premise of this whole thing, it was influenced by a couple of people. There was a tech tuber, Ladder Clips, which is, I think that's his last name, Later or Ladder. And he basically talks about current events, news that's going on within tech. So our second influence is obviously big homie DG, Daniel Green. He does a lot of fantasy news, and we think that's dope and really cool.
So we're gonna go through some dope topics and just go off of what our initial thoughts are of them, and that's it. We're gonna quick fire, keep it going, and then in the comments, y'all tell us what y'all think about this. Do you not have any opinion? You really like it? If we disagree on something, let's know how you feel. So we just want to have our conversation extended to y'all. So Lord of the Rings is spending $500 million.
$500 million
on one season.
One season
of Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of cake.
That's a lot of cake.
Now, so with the way they break it down though is that so it says the Lord of the Rings adaptation is the most expensive television series. Period.
Ever. Already, without even hitting. Yeah.
Now it says Amazon's getting $116 million rebate from having from the New Zealand government.
Oh,
so that's not
they must have filmed there and then getting some money back from filming there.
Yeah,
and so providing jobs and all that stuff.
Exactly. Okay. When we first got saw this article pop up, what came to mind to me is like they cannot have any delays.
Oh yeah.
Period, because it's just gonna balloon. You're gonna the money's gonna start spiraling. If you can't have a director leave, you can find a new director. You can't go out and find new actors. You can't be trying to reshoot. Now I'm sure that budget includes insurance for all of these things, right? That's why it's so expensive. But still, you're not leaving yourself room to,
I mean, the company funding it is Amazon, so I mean,
they got Billies,
they got Scrooge McDuck coins, so they if they go over the extra $100 million, Amazon gonna be in the red,
exactly.
They got the money to burn, but I mean, it's still just to us, the lay person, wow, that's a huge numbers,
It's ridiculous.
Did you send me an article? We talk about how does that compare to the other most expensive shows?
So number 5 is The Mandalorian, $15 million per episode.
Okay, and it was 6 or 7 episodes of those?
I think so.
Yeah, so 30, 90, $100 million. Yeah, $100 million.
I don't know how much money they made off of it. Obviously, they're making money off of merchandise. They're also making money off of people subscribing.
Baby Yoda was hot.
Yeah, they're making money off Baby people Yoda subscribing to the show.
On an umbrella T-shirt, some draws. Cats was selling. Cats is here. Baby Yoda was moving, right?
My kid was Baby Yoda for
Halloween, right?
Halloween, yeah.
So they made that money back on Baby Yoda sales.
They're making that money.
My bad. Grogu. We got.
Oh, Grogu. But
Baby Yoda.
And the crazy thing was is that they didn't even think so. They held off on creating the toys for it because they didn't want to spoil it. I think.
Oh yeah.
And so they probably could have made way more money if they had did that. But obviously they were trying to go for
Yeah.
Number 4 was Game of Thrones, $15 million per episode for the last season. Last season.
The trash season, as Q meant to say. Asterisk. The trash season. Go ahead, bro.
Trash. Number 2 is Disney Marvel TV shows, so $25 million per episode on average.
So far, it's been money well spent.
Yeah,
WandaVision,
and that includes the Loki joint that comes out in
this month in May.
Is it May?
Yeah, it comes out in May, I think.
No, I think I looked it up because I would have put it on our thing. I think it actually come out June or something like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think so because I would include it. Maybe if it do, then that's gonna go.
We'll put when it comes out.
Watch it. Yeah. And then obviously Lord of the Rings. Total budget $1 billion for the entirety of
the series. 4 or 5 seasons.
4 or 5 seasons.
And again, and that might I don't know how Amazon did the contracts with the actors, but I was talking also another thing about how first seasons of shows, actors okay, cool, everybody was on the same wave, but as things get picked up, what's what's that show? The Big Bang Theory. Like by season, I think the first season everybody was making $1 million episodes. By the like the 8th season, the top 4 were making like 25 million episodes. So like if this joint pops off by season 3, the main cast their budgets are going to go way up. You know,
on the list was Friends.
Friends.
Now I don't know if they counted inflation or not.
Yeah.
But they were saying towards the end of the season, like in like the last 10 seasons. Yeah. So towards the end, like maybe like season like 7 or
8. Yep.
They were each person was basically making like $1 million per episode.
Yeah.
So they were struggling with like their budget.
To like
keep it going.
Because I'm sure the first season they was probably making like maybe 20K episode or something like that. So again, if it gets that huge, we'll know. So, but yeah, that's what we think about Lord of the Rings. It's a lot of money. Amazon's got a lot of money. It better be good. Yeah. We think it's gonna be good, but it has to be good if you're gonna spend all this cake on it.
The Shanghai trailer.
We watched it. Again, I think I told Q, I'm just a sucker for anything like well done martial arts. Like I grew up watching like all the Bruce Lee movies. I love the IP Man movies. My love of anime and martial arts crossed over. Any well done martial art type of film, I'm very much into. Yeah. And I'll say I'm semi deep in the Marvel sauce lore. So Iron Man 3. When they were talking about the Mandarin, like I kind of knew who that was. Like, oh, I'm excited, y'all can give me the Mandarin, and like it was obviously by the time it was a fake out. So I think they're really digging into that 10 Rings Mandarin lore with Shang-Chi, and I'm excited about it. So
do you know like? So the 10 Rings, are you like super familiar with it, or is it like?
I'm casual, semi deep casual Marvel familiar with it. So Mandarin was one of Iron Man's biggest foes in the comic books, and he had these 10 rings, and each ring did something different. It's almost kind of like Thanos' Infinity Stones, but a little dumbed down. So like one maybe did gravity, one did water, one did fire, one did earth. So they all had like a special ability to it. So the 10 rings, when they said it, they haven't confirmed like the Mandarin is in this string or who is it, but like that 10 rings is very much tied to the Mandarin lore of Marvel. So I feel like they're going to properly maybe introduce that character within this movie, which makes me excited.
Yeah. The trailer was fire. The fight scenes. It's got old girl in there. Awkwafina.
Yes. Oh, she's hilarious. She's hilarious. Crazy Rich Asians. I loved her, man. She's hilarious.
So I mean, there's a lot of promise to it already. Like I'm excited.
Very much so.
I want to see what role he plays in the MCU moving forward. I'm excited about the new phases.
Yeah, me too.
How they're going to connect the TV shows into it as well.
Yeah, because we know they are. So, yeah, I'm all in it. So, I'm drinking all the Disney sauce juice right now. Yeah, Star Wars, the Marvel, I'm knocking them back. I'm double cupped. So.
George R. Martin suggests he's hugely behind on long-awaited Winds of Winter.
Does that title surprise you, Q?
Not at all.
Why not?
Not at all. He's got a lot going on. Like, he's got this. It took years, but like all the fame and behind, or not the fame, but just the notoriety behind this Game of Thrones series has caught up to him.
So I thought about this topic because obviously we planned what we're going to talk about beforehand. Yeah. And this is something I would definitely want to know from y'all. So I debate about this with some of my other book friends too. Like, do authors owe you anything, right? Like, technically, does an author owe you a complete series? And to me, and from my logical answer, the answer is no. They don't owe you anything. They write a book, obviously they set it up for you to read more books and stuff like that, and you get attached to characters and you want to finish the book, and you don't, but they don't owe you anything.
Nada.
However, on that same coin, you have every right to be critical of them when they don't deliver on promises they might have set up.
Yes.
Now, they don't owe you that, but you have every right to be critical.
So
that's just how I feel.
He calls out these people in this article. He does. He says, so back in February, Martin revealed that he had written hundreds of pages of Winds of Winter in 2020. Though added, I will make no predictions on when I will finish. Every time I do, assholes on the internet take that as a promise and then wait eagerly to crucify me when I miss the deadline. All I will say is that I am hopeful.
Yes.
And
I think he sometimes he's also kind of shot himself in the foot one time. I think one time he wrote an offhand thing on his blog like, "Oh, if I don't finish this by this date, y'all can lock me in a cabin." And he didn't, and so people was like, "Oh, where's the cabin we're gonna lock you in at?" You know?
Could you imagine though, like you write, and whether you want it to be written to become a success, or you just want to bring somebody into this world and you just want to be artistic and have someone enjoy this vision that you created, it has to be extremely stressful.
It does.
For someone to pressure you to write, to finish something that, like, I mean, think about it, bro.
The deadline would not like
the problem with me is that I'm so two-faced on this topic, to be totally honest, because the one passionate side of me is like, man, bro, like, finish the book. It's been how long since we read
10 years, dude. Come on, like,
it's been that long. But then the other part of me is like, do I want to rush him to write something that will not, like, at the end of the day, no matter what he writes, we're not gonna like it.
A lot of people are not gonna like it.
We're not gonna like it.
A lot of people are not gonna like it
because the expectations have just gone that high
too
now.
high. It's Cyberpunk 2077. Everyone bought it like, and even if they would put a semi-good game, it would have been trash.
He will not please us.
He's not going to please.
He's not going to, just like that show ain't please no damn body.
No,
he's not going to please us.
He's not, and maybe he knows that, and so he's just like, he's not finishing because he knows he can't meet the hype that was in up there. So he does not owe us anything, but we do have right to be critical. And what he has done and not finishing it has affected other authors and readers, because for a long time, Q and I vowed off of reading unfinished series because we don't think he's going to finish it. And so we felt incomplete. Again, he didn't owe us it, but we didn't want to read unfinished series for a hot minute.
Mortal Kombat.
Dun, dun, dun. You remember the old joint?
Yeah.
Dun, dun. I like that.
Mortal Kombat's coming out. The old one, the original one.
That joint was...
If we watch it today, we'd be
like, what? How trash is it? As a kid, I thought it was cool.
At the time, it was fire.
Remember Johnny Cage did the split and hit my man's in the nuts?
Yeah. He was like, oh!
The Gora. The new joint looks good, though. The new joint looks good. I think it comes out...
So we were talking about, you mentioned to me, you're like, you think it's going to be all right? You think it's going to be good? And what I tell you, I was driving, and I was like, I don't care if it's good or not. Yeah. Like, as long as you give me good action.
Good action, yes.
Who gives a damn about what the story? What story is going to be like? If the story is good,
that's a plus. Some people are deep in the lore and wanted to be, but as long as the fight scenes are really well done, the CG looks good, and all that, I'll be happy with it.
I mean, I don't
go to Mortal Kombat for the story.
Movie. I want to go see some dope scenes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all I want to see.
Dope fights and cool CG
scenes, and hopefully it makes sense. But if it doesn't, I don't care. It's good fighting and all my favorite characters, all my beloved Mortal Kombat characters.
Doing their signature moves. Yeah. That's all I care about seeing.
That's it.
So,
but the new trailer looks fire. It seemed like it's gonna be pretty good. Yeah. It drops Friday.
April 30th. Yeah.
Drops Friday
on HBO Max and in theaters.
Yeah. So that should be good.
Yep.
So what's happening?
Y'all like kicking it with us? Let you know. If y'all want to see us talk about some topics that are happening, let us know, and we could put them in the next joint. Like if we see a bunch of people say, we really want to know your opinion about this, and then that has a lot of likes, or a lot of people say it, then it'd be something we add and talk about the next time around, right?
Yeah. So cool. All right. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Until next time.
Adios.